Last time we left off, the identity of the boss that are trying to sabotage the team's goal is revealed. No, well, yes, well, it's complicated. Please, let me explain. I thought that there was no point in doing anything, because you might die again and I can't deal with them. No, was interrupted. Die? Again? What are you talking about? What did you do to me? Kiffle asked with anger and sadness mixed with his voice. Look, I'm sorry. Can't lie about it anymore. I was going to tell you. I swear it was just stamina was interrupted by a Kiffle running away. God dang it. I can't lose him again. I'll come back later, Stamina said as he ran after him. Back to what's relevant. Hooded figures and Mic, make your votes. Doctor Mirratado Austinbur said, without having a care in the world for Stamina's drama. Hey, you forgot about me, Jaylabzip said. Your answer should be obvious, and I don't see the reason to bring it up when there's a clear, righteous answer and a stupid, ignorant answer, Doctor Mirratado Austinbur claimed. Actually, I agree with you. Guys, if we don't make some moves, then we are destined to lose. And we have to risk a few lives for everything. That's just a risk we're going to have to take, Jaylabzip claimed. Oh, what have you become? You're the same Jaylabzip I remember, right? Because he never puts anyone's lives at risk. Maybe because because my memory is failing me, Fengchi said. Blasphemy! This is outrageous! We have already lost some of our allies. Just for us to put them in more danger? I will not allow it, Jimston said. Agreed. Doctor Mirratado Austinbur, do you think this is what Dartix Dimension would have wanted? Mic was interrupted. Silence. You don't have the right to ask such a moronic question. She would have wanted to do whatever it took to save multiverse. Dr. Mirratado Austinbur claimed, I agree with Jimston. It's not right to put them into something like this without all hands on deck, Aggressiva said. It's what Bimston would have wanted. I agree too, Fengchi said. I agree with you guys for Bimston, Ingervo said. Sorry for the inconveniences. I'm back. What did I miss? Stamina asked. Mic, Jimston Ingervo, Fengchi and Agressiva voted to fight in one army to not risk any more lives than necessary. And me, Jackie Purple, and Jaylabzip voted to split up in 3 armies for efficiency, Dr. Mirratado Austinbur explained. Oh, okay, it's settled. We get you a bit more prepared for these situations since it can probably take away your powers, armor, weapons. You're going to take these pills. to give you a little bit of a boost, strong enough to participate in this war, Stamina claimed. And that is it. No bloopers this time. Yeah, you guys, I will see you guys tomorrow with another story. I'm so sorry that it has to be like this format. It's just like, I really need this dimensional story to end. And just have it going on for what? When was the first ever story? Like, first ever part to this madness? It was April 8th, 2022. Yeah, it's been a whole year. Over a whole year. I'm not gonna let it go on for two. I'm sorry, but all good things, all bad things, everything must have an end. And while we're not going to end it today or tomorrow, the fact is that it's going to end soon. And then it's going to be excitement, new, adventurous. We can leave with the blueprint behind. You guys have only seen this blueprint. If you've been caught up, I doubt it, but hey. This is the beauty of it. All of it. We can, like, this is the blueprint. This story, this real story, will probably come out until I establish all the characters that are in said stories. Meaning I would have to make books for that. So this is like an end game sort of book. And it's like Avengers Endgame, Avengers Infinity War sort of stuff. And get to pick and choose which stories to interact with. If you, let's say you interact with Jackie Mo Purple's story, then you would know that he's full of crap and would, like, yes, he's entertaining, but you could, like, maybe predict what would happen further in the story. Maybe, or, like, you would have guesses, you would have theories. Some might be right, some might be wrong. Let's say you don't know what Illusion Master is and who he is. I mean, you would just think he's just a goon. And won't see his true colors. Let's say you've seen, the most prominent one, the protagonist. If you haven't seen his story, and you're automatically going on to this one, ooh, a lot of references are gonna go over your head. That's why this is a blueprint. To be fair, the same thing applies for if anyone looks at the first chapter. First chapter of, let's say, a new saga of characters that were already established. So right now I'm on the 7th book of Jaylabzip's adventure. I'm not gonna say it's his new name for reasons. because Jaylabzip I's not gonna work, I'm sorry. Yeah, if you don't know his story, you're not gonna know, like, you can maybe infer with some things. You can infer that, hey, this guy's bad too. Like, he's been through a lot, and people hate him, and who's this C guy? You won't know him because you haven't seen his story. You might want to look at his stories to learn about, like, you might want to look at his books to learn about him, and etc. But there's just so many characters to choose from. It's so hard to know everything. And do a story like this with multiverse, it's tough. Not a lot of people would know what would be happening. And because it's full of dialogue, dialogue would maybe refresh or bring the light what the characters are, who they are, what they've been through. But other than that, it's just not gonna be exciting. Unless you, like, add some sort of, like, there has to be action going on. Fortunately, that's the truth. You have to have something constantly going on. Otherwise, it's not going to work out for the reader. They're going to lose attention, and they're going to walk by. You see, this I didn't know when I was first making stories. I didn't even make, like, a dialogue. There's no dialogue for the first story. The first words are once upon a time. Not a single dialogue, it's just narration. Well, there are dialogues for some things. Some things don't even have periods. But it feels more like a tale you would tell like, think of like, something that Dr. Seuss would make, but add a bit more gore to it. That's kind of what that is. More like yeah, that's what it is. Not really a book for per se. It's more of story than a book, but anyways, I'm prolonging the inevitable. The point is, story's gonna end, and there's nothing we can do. So, buckle up, take your seat. Join me, avoid me, just believe that in the end, this is so much more than just a game.